Yeah, guys. We're popping now.
You said these are good. These are way better than you advertised. These are great. You heard it.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Donuts and Alcohol. I'm your host, Gravel Bear, and unfortunately, Tatum couldn't be here, but we got special guest, the young legend, Cal Scruby, in the building. How you doing?
I appreciate you, man. I'm doing good. How are you? You good?
I'm good.
Hell yeah.
This is a reminder, I'm the best you haven't heard yet. I'm subbing in and going over shit you haven't learned yet. A new professor, this is 2 semesters in a lesson. My students knew this shit, I'm doing worse than I expected. Back to chapter 1, that's the basics. You cannot escape this, you stuck inside the matrix. Out in Hollywood, getting chased by some agents, saying they can verify your page and make you internet famous. All that brainwashing is bad for your psychological. I'm mentally unstable and still unstoppable. Ain't no way I'm losing, the competition is comical. Even Tom Cruise is gonna tell you that shit's impossible. Even Lex Luthor admitted I'm diabolical. I'm giving Freddy Krueger nightmares all the time. I'll pull up at your door if you talking online. I got quick delivery, I'm in my Amazon Prime. It's getting dangerous, yeah. They brainwashing, ooh. And see the thing is, you the one that made them poppin'. Telling everyone you hate that shit, but you can't stop watching. Go get the stainless, yeah. I'm brainwashing.
I say legend because you came back to the city and sold out back-to-back shows at Top Cats. Like, that's pretty big.
I think so. You know, I've always loved this city, and we've always done big shows in the city, but you know, this is our first sellout, and to do back-to-back, yeah, it feels pretty special.
That was wild. I remember hearing your name around, 2012, 2011, around
Probably
there.
When I started,
yeah, when you were running with Self-Diploma, weren't you?
Right. I was up at Ohio State, finishing up at Ohio State and trying to figure out what the next move was. And Self-Diploma was helping me plug down to Cincinnati, put me on shows and stuff, getting started, so...
Yeah, that's wild. I think I saw a video of you in college doing an interview, and it was like at that point in your life, you didn't seem like you knew what was going to happen, but you were just like, hey, I'm with it, you know?
Yeah, it was because I had never thought about being an artist, like growing up. I was like, I guess I was creative. I was always a good writer.
Mm-hmm.
And I always liked music. I mean, really just rap. I mean, I was listening to Backstreet Boys and shit when I was like 8, but then I heard DMX, and like from that point on, it was like all rap. And so yeah, I never really considered like being an artist. And then out the blue, when I just started making music and started to pick up some traction, I was like, maybe this could be something, you know? Yeah, so it wasn't my first choice, but it
ended up working out.
Right.
But you moved out west, to LA?
Yeah, I moved out about 4 years ago. Yeah, and I was with a management company out there, and just kind of felt like that was where I needed to be, like needed to FaceTime. A lot of people think you can just email tracks back and forth, but like the industry doesn't really work that way. It's more like personal relationships and like showing up and being there and knowing, you know what I mean? It's right. It's not really electronic now. It's like, let me show up and make something in the moment, you know?
Yeah, so. It's always a lot better when you're there. You can feed off each other's energy.
It's genuine.
Yeah. Not forced. You made a lot of connections out there, started writing for people, Chris Brown, Usher. There were some other people you...
Not Usher. Not Usher.
I thought I read something.
Elliot, though. Shout out Elliot Trent in Columbus. Elliot wrote on that project for sure. Okay. No, I did go to the Usher, the New Flame video shoot with Chris and Usher and Rick Ross and shit. Usher, bro. You got to be careful going to an Usher video shoot because you'll look around and everybody's like... just like watching him, he's a superstar. Like those guys are real superstars. But yeah, hopped into the studio a couple times with Chris. I wasn't even like aware but Chris was like just fucking with the flow before I ever like met him or anything. He had like posted a link of Game 6, which is a song of mine like way back. But yeah, Chris is just a rap fan, you know? Like he's, and you'll hear like, you can check from time to time, he's really rapping on stuff.
Yeah,
but he's like, he's a rap fan. So we just stepped in a couple times, got a couple records out of it. It's a good dude. It was his birthday yesterday, so shout out Chris.
Happy
birthday, yeah.
How do you feel about, I don't know if you saw or not, but Justin Bieber said he's like Tupac mixed with Michael Jackson.
Justin Bieber said he's Tupac mixed with Michael Jackson.
Yeah. No, he said Chris is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, Chris, man, I thought you meant...
No.
No, Chris, oh man, Chris is like the most talented person I've ever met, seen, whatever. Like, you watching him perform, watching him move, dance, do backflips, sing, paint, play basketball, like, it doesn't even compare. A lot of people say that shit too, and I think, but I still don't think most people understand like all the shit he's capable of. Like he's good, that dude's good at everything that he does.
Yeah.
Everything. It's crazy.
Insane. You guys shot the video for Ain't Shit Changed and a little nod to White Men Can't Jump. I love that.
Yeah, hell yeah. We had to. Woody Harrelson from Lebanon, Ohio, which is like where I grew up, about 35, 40 minutes north of here in the country. Yeah, that's where Woody's from, so that's funny.
Yeah, that's...
But yeah, we shot that at Venice Beach, just out there on I can't remember what day of the week it was, but that was about as much media attention as I have received or might ever receive in my life. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Pretty monumental.
That's
shit.
Wild. Yeah, you've definitely gained a lot of traction with the past releases. I was going through your catalog today, and I really liked what I heard. You get the typical white rapper a lot.
Oh man, it's the worst. But like, I mean, you know, if that's the worst thing I face, like being a white dude. So like, I can't complain. You know what I mean? Like there's so much privilege involved with being a white rapper too. There's like, because a lot of times fans will be like, "Yo, I love your music and G-Eazy and Logic," and I'm like, dude, don't you realize what you're doing here? Like, you can't name like 5 white rappers, and you know, so there's like a lot of privilege involved, and so I can't complain about being put in a box, but I really think I'm nothing like those dudes that I'm compared to.
How would you say you're different?
I would say that I actually say like unique shit. Like I think that my style is a different kind of wordplay and a different kind of metaphor. It's not just rhyming for the sake of rhyming. It's like I speak the way that like when I'm rapping, I'm speaking. It's not like I write something down and I just read it like that. You know, it's like I care a lot about syllables and flipping syllables and how that feels on the beat. I'll go in there and just say some gibberish and then make it into words. And like, you know, I just don't see a lot of rappers doing that anymore. I just think that, you know, it might sound arrogant, but I just think I'm a mixture of like all my favorite artists. You know, I think I'm like everybody that I ever listened to has influenced me, whether it's Cole or 3 6 or Eminem back in the day or whoever. It's like there's these pockets that I just find, and I think it's probably not noticeable to most listeners, but when I hear stuff, I'm like, oh, that sounds like so-and-so. I was listening to this dude at the time and it sounds like this dude, you know?
Right, yeah.
So I think that the influence kind of rubs off on me, and that kind of ends up being my own style. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's when I was listening to his Brainwash as a new single, right?
Right.
And you're actually saying stuff and you wanna listen. It's engaging. It's just like punchlines. They kind of mean something, but they're also
fun.
Yeah, fun. So you're like, oh shit, okay. And then the next line, you know, correlates with the last one.
Right,
it's not just right now. It's a lot of autotune and sad boy, a lot of feeling and either that or like super trap. So
yeah, I do both. I think. I think that like, you know, the autotune sound. A lot of people like throw some shade at autotune, and they're like they call it mumble rap and shit.
Yeah.
And I don't like that shit because I don't think you have to say what you feel necessarily like with the words. I think you can your voice is just an instrument anyways.
Right.
So if you're on there singing and not like the words, you don't have to have the most extensive vocabulary in order to make a great song.
Right.
You know, so a lot of people are here looking for like words. What are you saying? But it's like, no, how are you saying
every time,
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So like some tracks I might be super wordy And, you know, that's really important to me that you hear every word. And other times it's just like, how does it feel?
Right.
You know? So, I mean, it's a little mix of both. And Brainwash is more wordy, trying to get a point across, and a little bit of anger or frustration or whatever.
You wanna explain what was going on during that period?
And I'm putting a lot of energy into the vocals, and I put the vocals up front a lot. Like I started mixing my own shit. Like I record and mix myself. And I put a lot of emphasis on the vocal. So I bring the vocal way up front, and I want you to hear every word. I don't want, you know, shit to be mistaken. And like on the videos and shit, I'll put the subtitles on it and stuff, because I want to make sure people know what I'm saying on a lot of tracks. But yeah, Brainwash was just one of those records where I was like, man, people complain so much about what's popping. And like they get so mad, like people mad at Yachty or Uzi or somebody for like doing their thing, for being popping. And I'm like, you complaining about these people is what makes them popping. You know what I mean? Like if you don't like it, shut the fuck up.
Right. You're giving fuel to their fire.
Yeah, you are helping them out. So like, I mean, I don't care. Like I like all kinds of music, probably too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think that like anything that people are gravitating towards, there's a reason that they're gravitating towards that.
Right.
There's a reason that you have a group that's following that, you know?
Right.
And I might not be able to relate to it, but at the same time, I respect it. It's like, I don't know what that perspective is that likes this certain kind of music, but there's obviously a group that does.
Right.
You know, so they got something going over there.
Yeah. Besides Brainwash, you released, like 4 other singles this year?
Yeah, did. Actually, it's been about 8, I think. 8 songs. So we did part 2, which was a 3-song EP. And then I did a song with my guy Tron, who's my DJ, and he's a producer in Columbus. That's called Legal Fees. And then we dropped, I think, 5 singles so far. And that's just, you know, throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. Like at this point, I'm just making stuff, and if I like it, I'm putting it out.
Yeah, I saw on Twitter you got album
coming out.
Up. Are there singles on the album?
Yeah, it's I mean, really, like I said, it's just me creating stuff. If I like it, it's coming out. I'm not really doing some big rollout. I'm shooting videos for whenever I can, with whoever I can. I'll shoot it on an iPhone. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't, like, that shit doesn't matter to me. I know people want content. So if I create content that I like, you're going to get it, you know?
Yeah.
It's not an industry thing where we have to do this single the biggest, and because none of that shit ever works anyways. My favorite shit is always everybody else's least favorite shit, and then my least favorite shit is always everybody else's favorite shit. So it's like, I'm not putting all my shit in one basket and trying that out. I'm just gonna throw a bunch of shit at the wall.
Yeah, I saw on Twitter you said it was gonna be like 3 more days, you were gonna do something pretty crazy.
On Twitter, I dropped. What did I drop last? I dropped Brainwash, and then I dropped You Don't Get It. But I said this is going to be done in April. And then I got food poisoning, got sick. That threw me off for like a couple days.
Yikes.
And so like all my stuff is done in crunch time anyways. I procrastinate like a motherfucker. I mean, and plus like if I got time to retweak, like, you know, do a bunch of different shit, I'm going to keep fucking with it. So I finally just set myself a deadline all the time. And that's when shit ends up coming out. Like when I drop songs on like a distribution platform, it's always the name of the song _, fuck it. Because it's just like, fuck it, finally I got to drop it, instead of like tweaking it so much that where nobody else would even hear the differences. So yeah, I've just finally got to the point, and it's coming out on the 13th, which I haven't even like publicized that yet. I told the fans at the show last night, or 2 nights ago, and the night before. I told some fans online, like direct messages and stuff, but I haven't even like publicized that yet. So it's like the official announcement. No.
Hey now. You have a name of the project? Features?
Yeah, it's called Unsigned.
Okay.
No features, nothing.
All Cal.
Just me recording, mixing. Corbett, DJ Corbett, is a producer from like Northern Kentucky, Cincinnati. He's a legend now too, because he works with Hit Boy in LA, and he did like Racks in the Middle and shit, like the Nipsey joint. Yeah. So like you're officially a legend now. You know?
He did a song with Leo Pastel, who's from here.
Yeah, Leo's my guy. I'm about to see Leo right after this too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, he did Growth, I think.
Yeah, and then he did the one that Leo just dropped. Hesitation. Yeah.
Great stuff. Who else are you feeling from the city?
Oh man, there's so many. Lambs and Lantana's always been my dude. Like,
yeah,
I always fuck with Lantana. There's a bunch of dudes who I don't know personally that I think are cool. Mondo. There's some other cats, but there's all over Ohio. We really got it too. Like Rari up in Columbus. He's out in LA now too. Ezzy up in Cleveland. Doughboy, Rip Flames. Cleveland's got a nice solid music scene. But yeah, there's I'm actually working on a project that features all kinds of Ohio artists.
Oh, dope.
And I've been working on it for a while. But I'm excited for that one because it just showcases we got so much fucking talent here, bro. So much.
Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah. That's why we started this, to give a platform to Cincinnati artists. And
then you just see people because people just come out the blue in Ohio too, and you're just like, man, he's dope. Like Josiah, where the fuck Josiah?
Yeah,
out of nowhere, bro. In Dayton, I saw him in LA a couple weeks ago, and he was a super cool dude and makes every kind of music, fucking opera and no lie.
Some
he can make everything.
Type.
Yeah, some screamo stuff, some regular rap stuff. He does everything. So there's talent everywhere, and I just think unifying Ohio could really shed some light on some of that talent.
Yeah, that's dope. You've already accomplished so much in your career, and you still had a long way to go. Who's someone you would want to work with?
Man, I always people always ask that question, and I feel like I never have a good answer because I like all kinds of artists, so it doesn't matter. But I'm also not seeking any feature of any sort. I'm not, when people say oh, hey, do you want to work with this person? You want to hop in a session or whatever? I'm not that eager to jump in sessions with people. But as far as, I always think of legends when somebody brings that question up. So Missy Elliott and right, and T-Pain would be cool to work with. DMX, I'm always thinking of legends, and it's not that I'm a super 90s rap fan. I don't know. I hear the new sound, I think it's cool. I'd love to hop on tracks with some of these guys, Drake and all these faces on here, but I don't know. Those guys are almost I almost see eye to eye with them in a way.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? It's
you're at the same playing field.
Right. Not that we're on the same level or whatever, but I used to love Cole's music, and I still like Cole's music, but now I look at it more analytically than I did before when I was enjoying it and it was shifting my sound,
Mm-hmm.
And now I look at it more I'm more judgmental about it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's kind of like competition.
Right. It's kind of like competition. So I'm oh, that was cool that he did that. I'm I don't like that, So I still fuck with you, Cole. You're probably not watching, but at some point we can work together. I didn't get invited to the Dreamville sessions though, so I'm kind of butthurt.
Maybe the next one. Can't burn the bridge.
Right.
All right. What else you got planned for 2019? You got an album?
I'm trying to drop 50 songs.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've only dropped 8, and it's been 4 months now. So I'm a little behind, but when I drop this album in a week, then we'll be good. We'll be almost caught back up, and then I got some other shit planned. I'm just, like I said, it's all about throwing that shit at the wall and seeing what sticks, man.
Right.
But I mean, I just got to keep firing bullets. That's, at the end of the day, that's the only way that you get to the next level. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to get there by sitting here and plotting and thinking about my next move and everything I do. It's it's about action. So this year is about action.
Hey, well, hell yeah. Well, appreciate you for coming through.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Good luck to the future. And,
I'm gonna crush these donuts right after the cameras turn off. It's gonna be bad.
We got donuts. We got alcohol.
Yeah, it's a party.
I'm Gravel Bear, Cal Scruby. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
What are we concerned about right now?
I don't know. I think getting
Oh, you're afraid that it's gonna explode?
I don't think it's going to. The last one was pretty funny. Yeah, the bucket is for safety. You don't have to. If it starts overflowing.
All right, guys. Ready? Here we go.